All right, here it is. So insensitive, so your listing was removed, offensive material. Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, have some great sales again today, over 20, about $1,000 worth headed out of here today. A couple of really good ones towards the end of the video, and some really good ones at the beginning as well. But two monster sales at the end. Matter of fact, I think they're in the eBay cave in there. We're gonna talk about that, but I have another topic, and it's similar to something I've talked about before, which is getting an item removed for different reasons, insensitivity. I can't remember some of the other keywords that were used. But before it happened on Bonanza, and it happened with Redskin stuff. Happened with, the Washington football team's old stuff. And they took it off of Bonanza. I don't think I've ever had anything taken off of the eBay platform for something like this. And it kind of surprised me. I looked at the item, I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm going to talk about that, and then I'm going to talk about some good sales as well. I'm going to do 5 sales, because a lot of times, people yell, it's clickbait, and then you wait 30 minutes to talk about what we're talking about. 5 sales, and then we're going to talk about that for a little bit, and then I've got a whole bunch more sales that we're going to show you. Let's take a look. First one came from the time capsule. I don't even know what it was called. Something about a decades old time capsule or something. It was a when in doubt, parted out item, and this is making a bunch of money so far. Already pulled it out of the Florida bin not too long ago to make it a little easier on me for today. And this is to that Teak 601 real player. And the reason I just thought it was such a great buy, even though it's just a massive unit, ended up not working perfectly. And it was missing a couple things. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna part it out. It was 25 bucks. And already sold a $50 part. This is an $80 part plus shipping. And we still have quite a few to go. So, you never know. Check them out. Even if something looks rough, if there's some parts that are good, when in doubt, part it out. You ever been at a yard sale and it's still dark outside? That's why I remember picking up this next little buy here. And it was a pretty good buy. I paid up a little bit at the time. I thought I was paying up. But when I got home, they sold for a lot more than I thought. I was paying 15 bucks for these boots. And for some reason, when I looked them up, I miscomped them, thinking they'd sell for like 40 bucks or so. 15 and 40 is worth it, but it's not exactly a home run. And when we got them home, I don't remember what I did wrong, but comped them out, listed them at 75, and they sold pretty quick. So there you go. Maybe I didn't think they were new. They ended up being new, but anyway, really happy with that sale right there. 15 into $75 plus shipping. Every time I think the Motherload sale is running dry because I haven't listed those handhelds, we make another sale. And that's not it. Golden Sun. And I saw this, and I didn't know anything about Golden Sun. Some of y'all out there probably know a bunch. And I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, it's not going to be a good game. Well, guess what it was? $45 for that one, plus shipping. So I think it was plus shipping. So actually, I think it wasn't plus shipping. $45 free ship for that Golden Sun from the Motherload. And that's pretty good. This, if you remember last episode, I told you Turner set his snow glove on it and got it and smudged it and all that. Now, I'm working up on the kitchen table right now because my workspace has been converted into the homeschool hustlers homeschool area, and all the other stuff's been moved around, so I have no workspace. And I dropped a piece of pizza on it. So this sheet has seen its better days. 720 now into 1968, and I have no idea who died in 1968, so I can't say best year ever. Next one is a plush that I got at the 127. If you remember that video, it was the Updikes, the Updike family homestead. And they were serving food that day, and they got recognized. They just were so super awesome to us. And I can't wait to go back and crash their yard sale again next year. It is a Nestle Quick bunny. It's pretty good. Easter's not too far away, I don't suppose. And that right there, it didn't sell for a ton. But it sold for a decent amount. This is kind of in the same line as that Noid up there, right? Those old advertising plushes or plush. Sold for $11.50 plus shipping. Something I don't talk about often is when you have a multi-quantity listing that's not really a multi-quantity listing because the condition of the items varies. And in this case, we're talking about used items. So almost always, if it's a used item, I'm going to make separate listings entirely as opposed to doing multiple quantity, even if there's any significant variations with a new item or a new old stock item. But occasionally, if they don't vary very much, I'll just keep it as a single quantity. What I mean is this here. So this one right here and this one right here were identical, except for they're not identical, right? The condition is just a little bit off. Probably you could get away with this, to be honest. The condition is so similar that you're probably okay. Now I gotta remember the right one. Which one did I put in here, y'all? This one. $13 for this one. Free ship. All these are free ship because it's controlled shipping, right? First class. And so sometimes I do that to be competitive. And this one was $12.90, I think. This one was $11. It's pretty good shape, actually, for $11. And then this one was $18, I think is what it was. And this one actually has a little bit of condition issues, and it's still sold for 18 bucks. Pretty cool. You might have sensed the confusion in my voice because I said that this one was pretty good shape for going for that price. This one actually sold for 18. This one sold for 11, which makes more sense. There you go. Like I said before, I've had items removed off of Bonanza before. I think I had an item removed off of Facebook for this type of reason. I've had things removed off of eBay, but it wasn't this type of situation. Like I've had a novelty hand grenade removed years and years ago. You know, it says, what does it say? You know, like the next, you know, pull tab next in line or something like that. And it's kind of a joke novelty thing, but it was an actual old hand grenade that somebody made into that novelty. I know there's artwork made out of certain, you know, war artifacts and stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff's not allowed. And I've had a few issues with that kind of stuff over the years, but very few. But I haven't had any removed for this reason. And I'm going to read it to you here and then tell you what the item is. All right, and before I read this and talk about it, you know, I'm not trying to make any political statements here. I'm not trying to do that at all. We're talking about reselling. But I will just say this, that I'm a history teacher, and I see the value in all kinds of things that might be good, bad, and or ugly. And so it's a little different from my perspective than you know, people might think. But I'm not going to make commentary on this thing. If y'all want to in the comments, you know, have at it. But that's not the point of this. It's really more of a kind of an instructional thing to maybe help people avoid this. All right, here it is. So insensitive. See, your listing was removed. Offensive material. Listings that promote, perpetuate, and glorify hatred, violence, or discrimination, including on the grounds of race, ethnicity, color, religion, gender, or sexual orientation, aren't allowed. This includes, but is not limited to, the following. And here's the issue I have, is that depending on the person and the way they interpret this, this could apply to the Inaman, for goodness sake, depending on how you interpret it. Now, I realize that it's not going to be 99% of the time, but, you know, I suppose you write so much in there, you can read as much into it as you want. But, all right, slurs and epithets of any kind, items including figurines, cartoons, housewares, historical advertisements, gollywogs with racist, anti-Semitic, or otherwise demeaning portrayals, for example, and I like, you know, they give examples, right, through caricatures or other exaggerated features. Black Americana items that are discriminatory. I mean, just that depends on who you ask, right? Slavery items, including reproductions such as tags, shackles, documents, bills of sale, etc. And I think most people realize that that stuff has some significant historical value. eBay just wants to avoid any issues, right? And you know what? That's eBay's prerogative. I don't blame eBay. I wouldn't want somebody coming into my business telling me what to do. So I'm not going to go into their business and tell them what to do. But that's neither here nor there, I suppose, at this point. Confederate battle flag and related items with its image. Okay, and you saw me, I was selling those Dukes of Hazzard cars, and they had it on top. And so some of that stuff gets through and some of it doesn't. But historical Holocaust-related items, including reproductions, any item that is anti-Semitic, or any item from after 1933 that bears a swastika. I think that's interesting, because there are some items after 1933 that bore a swastika, very few, that didn't relate to that. But there are some, and I've actually talked about some of them on my show before, and I found one. Media identified as Nazi propaganda. Now, I, as a history teacher, would love to get my hands on some real Nazi propaganda to show it to my students, right? Well, you're not going to be able to do that on eBay. And I get it. But it does have value to some people that, you know, I don't think there's too many people out there buying that stuff. I suppose there's some that are buying it for other reasons, but, you know, listings that imply or promote or support membership in a, you know, a hate group, whatever, all that stuff. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it gives you a pretty good idea. And I think it's important that we understand the policy if we're going to sell on the platform. But now let's talk about the specific item, because I was kind of caught off guard by it. And I haven't gone on to look to see how much of this stuff is out there. But I would be surprised if this particular product, because of the name, is being taken off. I think it's something else. All right, so here is the item right here. And you know, it's been up here for a long, long time, and nobody on the show has complained about seeing it. It's a seat cushion for Red Man chewing tobacco. And that's what got taken down. So you know, it already has the warning, right? This product may cause gum and disease and tooth loss. I guess they need another warning over here. But that, to me, is anything but offensive, right? I mean, that's glorious. I guess, you know, it's this. It's got to be, right? And if that's the case, is all Red Man stuff being taken down? All of it? I have to see. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Has anybody had some Red Man stuff taken down off of eBay? And I got to tell you, I really didn't think too much about it at the time. So there you go. Not available on eBay anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll sell it in my antique booth, I guess. I don't know. Or Instagram. There you go. I have an Instagram. Now I'm... What does it say? Oh, that's just that. All right, it's pretty good shape too. I don't remember what it was listed for, but they took down the pictures. Everything was removed, and you can't even, you know, relist it if you wanted to, but I wouldn't, of course. So there you go. If you saw the secret sourcing video over there on the Commonwealth Auctions channel, you'll remember a couple things that I bought there, because we spent $250, and I've sold a bunch of these head club covers already, but we haven't made our money back yet. But right here, we're going to make our money back and blow past that and head on into the profit right there. Unfortunately, these are the only two like this I have listed, because the other three, my uncle saw in the video, was like, hey, let me look at all three of those, and you know, I want one of them. So I didn't list them all, but I'm going to list them soon. And I can see why he said that, because these things are rather pricey, to be honest with you. Let's see if I can find it here. What are we in? Froggy Flips. And so this one right here is, I got the Buffalo cheap keychain sticking to it. 1995. All the Super Bowls right there in a row. Is it too soon? It's too soon. It would be too soon for me if I was a Bills fan, that's for sure. All right, this is a V2, I believe. Bushnell V2. And that one sold for $50 plus shipping. And then this one over here is a Bushnell V5 Tour. And these, you'll notice this has a strap around it. So if you ever see these out in the wild, the strap has got a magnet on it, so it can stick to the side of your cart, I believe. Where this has the magnet built in. It has a steadier as well, kind of like a camera would have that, so that you can get, if you don't know what these are, you basically look at your distance, how many yards you are to the flag in golf, when you're out there playing golf, which, if you're good at golf, that matters, right? If you're not good at golf, it's like, just whack at it and see what happens. But I don't know. I'm tempted to keep one of these, but my rule of thumb is, if I wouldn't spend that money on, as much as I can make on it, if I wouldn't spend that to buy it, then I probably should sell it. So I go with that, but I'm very tempted to keep that one. But I didn't. $150 plus shipping. That's $150 plus shipping, not $1.50. Yeah, let's see if I can find this one. I thought we were running out of these, but maybe not. I sold one of these the other day. I know that I did. And a viewer bought this one when they saw it. I think that's it right there. I think. I hope. Nope. Maybe not. Nope, that's not it. So you have to peek back in here a little better. Gotta be one. That's the switch. I need a switch. There we go. AV selector switch. Which I absolutely love these things. I kept a couple for myself. It just allows you to get some old school media, and you'll see what I mean when I read this in a second from the viewer. By the way, sold for $19.75, so maybe might be on sale. Anyway, saw this in one, and that was the last one. Sold a bunch of those. That was from Appomattox, from Rich the auctioneer down there. Saw this in your video when it sold the last time, of course, and needed one to hook up a VCR, an NES, and a Super NES at the same time. So glad to support you and your family. With a purchase, my wife and I watch your flipper and picker channels often. As resellers in a booth and on eBay, we have gained a lot of knowledge. Thanks again. Let's see if I can read this right. Brank, do I got that name right? Okay, and Melanie. And A Flipper's Tale is our eBay store. So thank y'all so much, and I hope you enjoy it. Next one up is a Blue Ridge Mama listing from the other day. Had a lot of people ask about this. I thought we had 2 of these, but maybe not. And I don't know, they didn't leave a message that I saw. It's the Berenstain Bears right here. And that one sold for 20 bucks, but I'm gonna go double check and see. I don't even remember where this one came from, but they have that like soft felt head right there. It's actually why I was looking at the Toy Addict on there earlier to see if she maybe had any videos about like toys from restaurants, McDonald's and whatnot, but I didn't see it, but I also didn't look too long. So 20 bucks, I'll take it. I think that was free ship, I think. Let me look. No, it was plus ship, so $20 plus shipping, and those were McDonald's Happy Meals toys from 1986. So pretty cool. That was an amazing lot that we got. I can't wait for Blue Ridge Mama to list the rest of that stuff. I'm just going to say thank you to Maria, because I got a bunch of messages from viewers about the Berenstain Bears in particular. And so I don't know if one of the viewers got it or not. So maybe somebody, you know, got in there and got it sooner. But I'm going to say thank you to Maria just in case. We have a homeschool hustler sale, don't we, bud? And Sophie, don't we? Yeah. All right, what did you sell right there? I like your shirt.
Cabbage Patch Kids?
No, they're not Cabbage Patch.
What are they?
What's this thing right here?
Oh, strawberry shortcake.
It's a strawberry shortcake. That's a cool shirt. I got one just like it, don't I? Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. All right, Sophie got a haircut. Blue Ridge Mama cut Sophie's hair, didn't you? All right, can you open that bag? When I was a kid, the strawberry shortcake stuff used to smell. Just put your nose in there and sniff that stuff. Does it smell?
Yeah, it smells good.
It smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it'd still have that smell, but I remember that. And this didn't come with it. This I picked up separately. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of value, but those figures don't go with it. But Blue Ridge Mom was like, hey, why don't we just put this with it and we could sell it? And that's exactly what happened. It sold for $50.
$50?
Plus shipping. Pretty cool. Along with these ET, you know ET, don't you?
Yeah.
ET phone home. Earrings. You want to wear those?
Yeah.
You do?
No.
No earrings for you. Those sold for $7 plus shipping. And they might have gone to a viewer, but nobody left a message. So, anyway, why don't you tell them thank you and how much you're going to make off of this thing? Just enough for you to do what?
$7, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
Next item, I figured it's got to be a viewer because it's a Mary Kay item that's inside. And this item right here, but I didn't see a message, so I apologize. I don't want to always shout out that name, though, because sometimes people are buying it for somebody else. But you know who you are if you're a viewer, and I want to say thanks. So between the 2 items, I didn't look up the difference between the 2. It's $23 plus shipping, and that includes the Mary Kay item, which is inside, and I'll grab that later. But it's this fanny pack right here. Whenever I find fanny packs that I think look kind of vintagey, I pick them up. They used to be, you know, decent slow sellers for me. But to be honest, now that I have this YouTube channel, this is the kind of thing that people who do what we do out there, garage sales and whatnot, will pick up from time to time. A little fanny pack. So thank you out there if you were a viewer and bought this along with the Mary Kay. Awesome. Still should go out first class, right? Put it in a box. That's probably just because I don't want to fold that thing really hard. I hate to say it, but it's probably an 8x6x4 box down there, which I'm getting a little low on. And since I'm over here right now, I would these are always down below, but give a thank you to Robert, I think the name was. Let me look. Yep, Robert, who bought a copy of the plans for the Commonwealth shipping table. Still no number 7 boxes, y'all. Still waiting. 4 months and counting. I put in 3 separate orders and I went and talked to my post office, so anybody wants to give me some hints, I gotta get some number 7s bad. Back to the Hawaii bin. These things are flying out of here like crazy this week. Getting low, which is good. I need this space. This right here, whew, dusty up there. These little RC battery packs sold for $25 on that one. Pretty cool. Free ship. Sophie's being so patient, just hoping, begging for a treat, aren't you, girl? Sold another one of these. This one sold for 20 plus shipping, or 19 something plus shipping. This Panda, yesterday we sold one for like 30. Because this one didn't have a tag on it, and the other one had a tag. But this one's in just as good a shape. So, I don't know. If you wanted one, I think I'd go for the $20 one. But the other one sold quicker. Right there. A little Panda puppet plush. I suppose you could use it as a club head cover too, but that's not where I got it. Paid $25 for it. The other one sold for 30. This one sold for 20 plus shipping. Next one's a Callaway golf hat, and I used to keep them in that bin, but when I got the club head covers, I put them back here, along with a bunch of other hats. The hat bin here, the Virgin Island bin, is overflowing. And that is an understatement. How cool is that right there? Let's see here. By the way, these hats, there's a few different ships. They're Navy ships. You know, and some people said, hey, I had somebody that served on that, an uncle or something, you know. So if you want a discount, if these are listed, just you know, let me know. If you had somebody that served on that, just send me an offer. Callaway gray camo. It sold for $32 free shipping. I think that might be the last one too.
All the OGs. I got stickers though.
Philly Flippers Whatnot right here, y'all. Look at that. He's even got my sticker in it. I love it. Shad Juice is in there. Cincinnati Pickers in there. Good stuff. But he's playing music, so it'll be a copyright strike. Go tell Paul hi. Alright, sold a few Pioneer things. A couple anyways. Here's one. Right here. Pioneer Woman ornament. I paid 10 cents. This one cut. No, I didn't. Is it 90 cents? I can't remember. And I didn't pay very much. Sold for $7.99, I think, free shipping. And I have another Pioneer item right here. And it's too doggone heavy to pick up, so I'm going to have to put the screenshot right here. I think it sold for $400. It's a Laserdisc player in excellent condition. A lot of times you get those and they're really not in great. They're kind of old, you know. And they've been, most people don't use them, so they get stuffed away somewhere, moved, or in a storage unit or something. I've only found 2, I think, ever. And that were viable. I've seen some that I just wouldn't bother picking up that were out in the rain or whatever. A couple of them at one sale last year, I saw 2 of them that were just utterly destroyed. Anyway, $400 on that one plus shipping. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to ship, but what a great sale. Here's that Mary Kay item that I was talking about as well. That is Starry something lip gloss. Also sold a Sony VHS DVD combo, and this one had a little bit, you know, it wasn't perfect, and it took forever to load the DVD. You know, a lot of times you put them in there and they'll load within, you know, 10-15 seconds. Well, this one took like 35 seconds, 40 seconds to load, and I'm like, I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but everything worked great, so I put that in the description. $60 plus shipping. Hey, I'm going to cut this back in the video a little bit because this is obviously later. I've done all the shipping already, and normally, you know, Blue Ridge Mama comes down, she helps package up the little things. And then I take care of all the big things. And then I put the labels on them. And today she couldn't do it. Well, she could have, I suppose. But she's been enjoying some time with all 3 kids and with Bubba's girlfriend, too, upstairs watching some... I don't know what they're watching. They're doing something. I'm like, I got it tonight. I want to show you something because people will ask. This is that massive Pioneer Laserdisc. And it is big. Way bigger than, you know, like 2, 3, 4 VCRs. 5 times as heavy. Really big. And people ask about it all the time. I double box sometimes if it works out perfect, but a lot of times it doesn't. So I'll kind of make a cocoon. I'll get other pieces of cardboard, put cardboard here. After you've bubble wrapped it, use paper. Cardboard here, cardboard here, cardboard here, underneath, on the back side, and you kind of create a cocoon around it along with the bubble wrap and paper, and then more bubble, well, no bubble wrap. At that point, I put more paper on all sides. So it's got different layers of protection. But people are afraid to do big things, but this is big money. I paid next to nothing for this thing, and it sold for $400 plus shipping. And the shipping on it's not that bad. Here's what I guessed it would be. Terrible writing, by the way. I guessed it would be 9 by 22 by 22. 24 pounds. And that's what was in there for calculated shipping, and it showed up as $18.65. This is going to Bronxville, New York. Is that right? And it's not the Bronx. I think it's Bronxville, New York. So, and I'm in Virginia, so it's not too far away here. And what the actual was 24.9 ounces instead of 24. It's 20 by 20 by 11. So, you know, really, really close. The price is exactly the same. $18.65. It's going out UPS. It's not that bad, y'all. Now, it took a long time to package it up, don't get me wrong, but I mean, when you're making a $350 profit on it, it is not quite, I guess. Close to that, though. Really close, like $340 something. Definitely worth it, so thought you might want to look at that.
The window.
Does it work?
Yeah.
She's checking out the yardage finder. I think it turns off by itself. All right, you sold a mug and a t-shirt. Do you remember the name of the person who bought it?
Terry?
Terry. And she's from King George, Virginia. Yeah, there's 2 Virginias named after. You know who Virginia's named after? I don't think you do. The Virgin Queen, Queen Elizabeth. The first. That's right. And she's from King George. So, any rate, thank you, Reagan, and thank Terry. We're appreciative of all those purchases out of the CommonwealthPicker.com store. We thank you very much, and...
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
All right, Sylvie's back in here looking for more treats, but I just wanted to take a second to thank you, as always, for doing all the wonderful things you do, using those affiliate links below, Rolo, and using American Bubble Boy and all those, and the people who were over there doing the stuff for Mark Not Your Dad CPA. Hopefully that's going well for you. So thank you. We really appreciate you. Thanks for going over watching Trash to Cash podcast too. The support over there and the feedback is awesome. You guys are amazing, and we are able to do so much. We don't talk about it all the time because Blue Ridge Mama doesn't let me, but so much of what you guys do, the outpouring to us, gets poured out to other folks as well, and we so appreciate it. And I love watching the kids be able to do that, and it's something that I value greatly, and Sophie does too, right, Sophie? No, she doesn't care. But we appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you next time.